And of course I'm joined by Gina Hetherington from Paws now, and as you can see, a host of beautiful, beautiful animals, all of whom are looking for a home. Now Gina, first of all, this little fella that you have in your arms looks a little bit worse for wear, but you only actually found this dog last night.
I did indeed, Sinead. Yes, this is somewhere in underneath all this there is a poodle. I was going to bring lots of fluffy, pretty dogs this morning because I was in a fluffy mood. And last night we got this call out that there was a lady had passed away and that this little dog was in her garden and that the neighbours had seen it. They had never seen it before. So we went along to the house, and indeed it turns out that it wasn't the lady's dog, but that somebody had actually put it in her gate, had just lifted it over and put it in. Now there's no way it would have got out of her gate because it was a big iron gate, and this little dog would have just died there if somebody hadn't called us.
Now we presume she wasn't there too long because she's kind of not too scrawny, she's still got a bit of fat on her, but as you can see her coat is looking pretty poorly, but you're going to kind of bring her to the hairdressers today, and hopefully by next week she'll be looking fantastic.
We are indeed. We're going to have her hair done today. She's going to the beauty parlour. It's at the moment it's purely cosmetic, as you say, but that means that whoever she belonged to had actually let her get into this condition. Now, when your viewers see her next week, she'll be a totally different dog altogether.
But she's cuddly, she's full of love, and she's looking for a home.
She is. She's just, I mean, all she wants to do is put her head under your arm like that and just go sleep. So
something you couldn't do with this big fella here, who is also very lovable. This is Benson. Tell us about Benson, Gina.
This is Benson, and Benson is a purebred golden retriever. He's a beautiful dog. We had him on early last year because we had
camera Benson.
we put him into a rural home, which was a bad idea as it turned out, because he decided that sheep and cattle were great fun. Now he didn't want to do any harm to them, but he thought running with them was a blast. So off he went running, and it wasn't very suitable because the farmers weren't impressed. So we've taken him back, and we're now looking for a city home for him. He needs a 24-hour mum. He's a big Egypt of a dog. He's about 4 to 5 years old, golden retriever, and as I was just saying to some of the people here earlier on, to buy that dog as a pup, he's about £300 now. And so, he was originally a stray, so somebody out there lost him at some stage.
I'm sure somebody out there would love him. A beautiful dog. That's Benson, and Benson can be found at Paws. Now tell us about these gorgeous pups, Gina.
These are absolutely beautiful. Now, believe it or not, they're two different litters. The long-haired ones there, their mummy came along with them. She was like a collie with the legs cut off. She was a little low-sized dog, but a collie all the same. Now, it looks to me like Dad was a collie as well. So we're looking at medium to large size collie dogs there. They're 11 weeks old, and we have 4 of them, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Balls of fluff, but grooming needed and exercise.
And grooming has indeed been had by the other 2 pups over there.
The other 2 pups their mum is a Jack Russell, but again, looking at the size of them at 11 weeks, we're looking at maybe Jack Russell collie crosses, and we won't get into the technical end of that, but that's what they look like. So you're talking about, again, medium-sized dogs, active, but a bit easier going than the collies, because collies have a need to be stimulated all the time.
Okay, and Gina, we had a great story last week. Somebody else recognised a pet that was on the programme that was a stray, as you thought, but was actually found by its owner by watching the programme.
That's right. That's your 3rd success, actually, of reuniting people. It was the beautiful German Shepherd Max that we'd on last week. He was in fact stolen from a man in Naas, on the Naas Road, about 9 months ago, and he spotted him on the telly. His name was Jacko, and he was found out in Shank Hill. So they have been reunited, and they're all very happy, and thank you very much. So we're having a few successes. It's great.
Well, that's what we love to hear. Of course, if you are watching, if you're interested in perhaps adopting any of the pets you've seen on the programme this morning, the number has been on your screen, but just remind us of the number once again, Gina.
I will indeed. It's 045 894 041.
Gina Hetherington from Paws, thank you very much, and we'll be seeing you again next week. It's back into you, Mark and Claire, in studio.